here, and in this video what I wanted to go over was buying your first pair of skates and also looking at the different models like Bauer Vapor line, the X 1.0s and the X 3.0s. When you move up to the next level, what are you gaining? What exactly are you paying for? And is this actually beneficial for you? So we're going to be looking at what we can recommend for different skaters, how to judge if the skate's going to be appropriate for yourself, and some of the features that you might want to keep in mind when selecting a pair of skates so you know what will be best for you. The best advice that I can give you in one sentence that was given to me when I was quite young is there is no best skate. There's only the best skate for an individual. If you keep that in mind and pick a skate regardless of what make it is, you want to go for a skate that fits right, that is comfortable, that you'll be able to use at the correct level. Those are the most important tips that you can get from this video. The main point for shooting this video is because a lot of skaters or hockey players that are starting out will often rush online and buy the most expensive pair of skates that they can get their hands on because they saw somebody using them that's famous or a hockey player, etc. The reason that we really disagree with that is because buying a skate that isn't designed or targeted at your level of skating means that you're only going to hinder and restrict your own performance and development on the ice. Top-end skates require somebody that knows what they're doing in order to apply the right pressure at the right point of the skate in order to get the right return of energy from the skate. If you're starting out, you need to go for a soft skate that allows you to flex it and put pressure on it in different areas while you learn and develop how the skate reacts to that pressure that you've put on it, and then develop your skills from there, making you a better skater. Starting out with the most expensive pair, the stiffest pair of skates you can get your hands on, the APXs, the 7.0s, will only restrict your own learning and hinder you on the ice. So we're going to start this off by taking a look at the Bauer Vapor X 1.0s and talking about some of the features that you find on these skates, why they're intended for your beginners or people that are just starting out, and also taking a look at what some of the other skates as you move up the line will offer you. So with these skates over here, they're intended for beginners because they're very soft, very forgiving. When you're learning how to turn, stop, your tight turns, all of those things require you to put pressure on different points of the skate. As the skate is a beginner skate or something that's just starting out, it's nice and soft, which allows you to put pressure in different areas of the skate, learning how the skate will react as you do that, and then you can then develop and learn from that. As you move up, the skate will become to get stiffer and stiffer, which doesn't really allow room for error, which is why if you're starting out on the ice, we recommend it to go for a beginner level skate or an entry level skate and then work your way up, which is the correct way of doing it, rather than just pouncing on a pair of skates that you saw a celebrity hockey player with, which is definitely important to mention. So we're going to take a look at what this skate offers you and then take a look at what the skates as you move up the line offer you as well. So when you're looking at buying a pair of skates, there's about 4 main factors that come into mind that need to be considered before you even decide on a brand or model. That's your height, your size, the amount of time that you're going to be on the ice, and also the level that you play at in terms of either the level of hockey or the level of skating. Because if you're 7 foot, you weigh 15 stone and you're going to be on the ice 3-4 times a week, you're going to need a skate that is very stiff, very strong, very supportive, because if you get something that's fairly cheap, it'll be worn away and useless in no time. This can also be looked at in reverse. If you're, say, 5 foot, you only weigh about 9 stone, and you play twice a week or once a week, then you're going to need a skate that's fairly soft, not too stiff, an intermediate level skate, because you don't want to get something that's going to give you too much stiffness and support, and you're not going to be able to cope with it or deal with it or use the skate properly. So these factors really do need to be considered before selecting a pair of skates. We're going to go through some of the different ranges and models of the Bauer Vapor skates, show you what you're getting for your money, and what skates are intended for what level. So as we said with the Bauer Vapor 1.0s, the review will be above and also linked down below in the video description. You get a nice soft base, good for people that are just starting out. The base of the skate isn't too stiff, it's a TPU outsole, not your carbon composite or your carbon fibre outsoles, which are fairly stiff and fairly rigid, offering good energy transfer, but again, you need an advanced or intermediate level player to be able to take full advantage of these features. We're going to take a look at the Bauer Vapor X 3.0s and show you what you're getting in comparison to the 1.0s. So taking a look at the Bauer Vapor X 1.0s, when you move from the X 1.0s to the X 3.0s, what exactly are you getting for your money? We'll start off with the structure of the skate and we'll try and take a look at as much of it as we can and answer all of your questions. So looking at the structure of the skate, the main core package, you can see that with the X 1.0s, it has a very cloth-like finish, which is the nylon material that's on the outside. Taking a look at these ones over here, you can see they have almost a shiny gloss finish, which is due to these materials on the X 3.0s being a little bit more dense, offering you a bit more support. They also have extra foams inside there to offer a bit more comfort and support, and so the skates last a little bit longer. Taking a look at also the tongues, if we take a look at the 1.0 tongue, you can see that this is just your standard felt with the synthetic leather material on the outside with no additional foams to stop lace bite or anything like that. Taking a look at the 3.0s, you can see this is a much thicker tongue offering you more support. Still have those synthetic leathers, but you have additional support there with this mesh over here, which includes extra foams to fight that lace bite, to offer you a bit more comfort support, and also so the tongue lasts a lot longer on these skates. So starting out with the base of the 1.0s, taking a look at what you're getting. This is on the outsole over here, you're getting a TPU outsole, which is nice and soft, good for beginners and people that are learning out, starting to learn on the ice, as we said. Moving on to the X3.0s, you get the dual density outsole with these ones over here, which is a little bit more stiff, a bit more rigid, and it offers excellent energy transfer for your sort of intermediate levels. Taking a look at the holder that you get with these skates, on the 1.0s you get the standard tuck LS holder, which is pretty standard for beginners, great for starting out. On the Bauer Vapor X3.0s you get the LS2 tuck, which is much better build quality, much more proficient holder. In terms of the inside of the skate, the liners that they use also become a lot better as you go up in models. You get thicker foams inside, offering better protection and also comfort. And as you go up in the models, you can also get what they call a hydrophobic liner, which helps to deal with the moisture that builds up inside the skate. And you also can get something called an antimicrobial liner as you go into the even further models as you go higher up, which will fight bacteria and the bad smells that you get inside the skates. So with these two over here, standard liner, pretty thin, doesn't offer that much support or good comfort. As you move up to the 3.0s, you can see straight away, if I just show you both of these, you can see how thin the foams are over here, and you can see how substantial and thick the foams are along here. You get a lot more foam, a lot more protection, a lot more padding, better comfort. So taking a look at the skate, as you go up in the models, the areas that you can expect to be heavily improved as you go higher up will be the overall structure and the quarter package over here. The main improvements that you can expect to get will be the outside coating material will get a lot more dense, and you also have a lot more anatomical shape, so they'll take to the shape of your foot a lot better, reducing the amount of empty space inside the skate, which again will reduce the amount of wasted energy inside the skate. And we'll come to that a bit later on. So in terms of the area over here getting a lot more anatomical, a lot stiffer, a lot more dense, as we said, for the protection. So that will not only offer you support in terms of being inside the skate, but it'll also offer you protection from things like stick slashes and puck shots, which is definitely something good to mention. And in terms of the base of the skate, the other improvements that you can expect after you've moved up from the LS holder to the LS2, which is the Lightspeed 2 holder, this one featured on the 5.0s, the next improvement will be the blade. From just a standard stainless steel blade, you can have the LS2 steel, which is a much more high performance and high grade steel. From the base of the skate, if we take a look underneath, the outer soles over here, that is a massive improvement in terms of the bottom portion of the skate. You get much lighter materials. This is a carbon fibre outsole. With these ones over here, what that means is that you get a nice stiff and rigid outsole, and where the outsole is beneficial is what we were talking about in terms of the wasted energy inside there. These do need to work along with having a good fitting skate, and the way that works is that you have a good fitting skate, you have very little energy wasted inside the skate because there's not a lot of empty space for your feet to knock around in. So what that means is that any energy or any movement that your feet make is then transferred directly onto the blade, which is something that is definitely wanted. That's when you hear people saying that these are very responsive skates. That's normally down to the fit and also the kind of outsole that it has. You want a nice, lightweight, rigid outsole in order to get these high performance features. And of course, one of the other improvements that you can get on the skates as you go up into the different ranges and levels, you'll also get skates that have thermomolding or heat responsive foams inside the skate, meaning that you can have them put into a skate bake oven or a conventional oven at home if you know the instructions and how to do it properly. And you can have the materials of the skate become softened. You can then put your feet into them, lace them up, and then once the materials then re-harden, they'll take to the shape of your foot. And what that helps to do is just give the skate a more custom fit, a more profiled fit, and also reduce the amount of time it takes to break the skates in. You might see some skaters on the ice that look very natural, very relaxed, very comfortable as they're going around using the proper posture, whereas some other skaters might seem a bit more on edge, they might seem a bit more erratic, they might look unnatural and quite robotic in the way they move. These are some of the effects that you can get from skipping these steps, maybe jumping onto a pair of skates that are a bit too stiff, that don't allow you to put pressure in them in the correct way, and then obviously learn the response that you get from those skates when you put pressure on them in different areas. So those are the sort of things that you can look out for.